Ay, all I wanted was an S-Class, yeah. Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. Big body when I drive past, yeah.
Tune in to Sex, Love, and Plastic, all right?
Sex, love, and plastic.
For me, the craziest thing I did was let somebody mentally abuse me and at sometimes physically abuse me. That's why I wanted to let people know that things you do for love don't necessarily mean things you do to make a relationship happy. Because some of the shit you do, you're not happy. Some of the shit you do, some people just they're already comfortable in the situation. So it's like, you know what, fuck it. I'm already here. I don't want a lot of people be like, oh, I don't want to start over with nobody, or I don't want to do this over again. Da, 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 da. So a lot of people stay in these situations that they don't have no business being in. And then, like I said, it makes it even worse when you in a situation where it's abuse going on.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, for a lot of people, you think, oh, two girls can't really hurt each other. Shit gets real. Like, I don't ever get mistaken and think that men are the only ones that abuse women.
That's the stupidest thing to think. We are all human.
That's a super fact. And main reason I wanted to talk about this is because this was really a special request from my DMs. Somebody is going through something that watches the show faithfully. Shout out to them. I ain't gonna put out all the information, but this DV shit really hits hard for them and their sibling. So they both going through it. So, like I said, it's something to where that I feel like it's kind of normalized at this point. Like, being in a relationship and getting mad with somebody to the point that you want to put your hands on them is normal, and it shouldn't be.
It never should be. I mean, if you can't communicate with somebody and it gets that hot, you got to either take a break. You're right. You know what I'm saying? Like, people just look at two women like, oh, you know, like they're not going to be able to hurt each other.
Yeah.
But somebody can actually be, you know, stronger in another rage to the point where they can, you know, black out.
That's true.
And it becomes toxic, you know, and like toxic is normalized too, because they're like, oh, well, you know, you're supposed to deal with this relationship because you love somebody. That's not true. If it's getting that bad where you can't communicate with somebody, then you have to leave.
Shit.
You should leave.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I always tell people, like, we're all humans. So at the end of the day, it don't matter if you dating a bitch or a nigga. It's really the person. It's really the person that you fell in love with. It's really the human that you fell in love with. So if that human gets pissed off, if that human gets triggered, some people don't know how to handle their emotions, so they get to talking with their hands.
That's
right.
So they get to talking with things and throwing things. Because I definitely had a good friend of mine. She's from New Orleans that was dating this girl from up here, and she would never put her hands on her, but she would throw shit at her. I remember she would start off with little things like shoes and handbags and shit like that. And then it escalated to like candles, the glass candle holders. And she would start throwing like heavier things to hurt her. So it doesn't have to always be like hand-on-hand combat. Abuse is abuse. It can be mental abuse. It could be physical abuse. It could be verbal abuse. It's still abuse, and it don't matter if it's two girls, two guys, a guy and a girl. It don't really matter.
Yeah, you just made me want to switch the whole thing to just being this whole thing just being about being toxic, because that's the major part of it. The DV is a major part of it, and it's also the tit for tat. Oh, you do something to me, I'm gonna do something to you. You know, I don't know how big the scene is in New Orleans, but in New York, it's so big, it's small. And I say this all the time. Everybody knows
Same here.
Everybody knows each other. Everybody dating each other. Everything goes around. Everything is like it's a loop, a circle. Everything just goes around and around and around here. It's like everybody's recycled goods here.
That's the same in New Orleans. Everybody You know what I'm saying? You might get lucky where you haven't had nobody that was actually passed around, because it's like you got to look at it. Everybody, it make it seem like gay community is so big. It's not. It's not. It's not that many of us.
That's true.
So you're gonna wind up dating somebody that you knew. You know, hopefully you don't date nobody, your homeboy, your home. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's very, very small here.
It depends for us, and over here it depends on the scene. Because there's people that faithfully go to the same parties every weekend. So those are people you see all the time. Those are your faithful friends. That's how you got 5,000 friends. Everybody you see at a party, you got them online. That's how everything goes. But for me, I feel like a lot of toxic stuff plays into when you date somebody who everybody does know or other people has had dealing with. Because in this day and age, as soon as you break up with somebody, it's on the internet. You bash them, they ain't shit, they ain't this, they ain't that. Right. It's always some type of nobody can never just hold it down and just go their own way. They always gotta go on the internet and let somebody know how they feel. Like nobody can never just feel how they feel and feel that way. Like it's always I got to let everybody know. So
that is a big ass pet peeve of mine.
If it's a situation to where, all right, boom, you want to deal with somebody. You, as some people, not even going to give another person a real chance because of what they already heard about somebody. And they don't even necessarily got to be true. It just be on some, oh, these niggas is mad. These niggas is hating. But that all carries over. All that shit carries over. That reputation shit you get from, even if it's not true. Right. That travels with you. And then like I said, it's not true. That shit is toxic, bro. Because it makes it adds a different element to like, damn, niggas be everybody I know is like, yo, I gotta go get a bitch in a whole nother state. You don't even want to date somebody in your same place no more. Right. It's like, damn, everybody's toxic. Like, I can't fuck with nobody here. Like, everybody they did some shit to somebody. Like, all right, yeah, everybody goes through shit. Everybody been through some shit. I understand that. But you also can't believe everything you say. And those are the people that be bitter and really just be mad. Have y'all done situations like that where somebody bad mouthed you and it wasn't true? Niggas is just mad you didn't want to deal with them no more?
Definitely. I can just speak on that because I'm going through it now. So like I said earlier, my ex and I are in the scene heavy, especially in the music scene. So everybody know us, or at least know our names. So when we broke up, like clockwork, I didn't say nothing to nobody that wasn't in the apartment and saw the shit go down. I didn't say nothing to nobody because it's not nobody's business. Yeah. And by the next day, my phone was lighting up. Yo, what happened? Oh, I heard this, I heard that. And I was like, wait, the fuck? How you heard this? I ain't even heard it. Yeah. And I'm the one going through it. So that whole needing to get your feelings and your emotions out to strangers online, rather than talking to the person that you're going through it with, that shit irks me so much. And that's the thing that made me like when we first went through the breakup, it was very tumultuous, very violent. I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna keep my mouth closed because it ain't got nothing to do with nobody on the outside. Unless you were in our apartment and saw the shit that went down, it ain't got nothing to do with you. If you want to come to me and ask me questions, come to me. Don't ask me no shit in my comments on Instagram or Twitter. Don't put it out there because then you got other people that don't know us like that judging us. That's true. Judging me, and then hearing all the shit that she's putting out online and bad mouthing me and got people judging me. People that don't even know me or just know my history or know my name for the events that we throw. They now judging me, and that's fucking up with my career. That's fucking up with my art. That's fucking up with my money.
I hear that.
So that's that. Putting your shit out online instead of talking with the person that you dealing with or stop dealing with. That shit is like, I don't like to fight. I grew up with. I'm the youngest of 7 girls, and my sister done taught. My sisters taught me. After a while, you can't talk anymore.
That's a fact.
After a while, you either gonna leave it alone or you gonna throw hands.
You got
I hate throwing
sometimes you just
hands.
gotta
I
leave
don't.
it alone.
Yes,
Sometimes
I don't like throwing hands, but sometimes if the person don't want to leave it alone and they choosing violence, sometimes you gotta match their violence, or you really gotta be a strong. You gotta be a strong
This
person.
is but that's the toxic shit. What about you, Ray?
I mean, I can understand, you know what I'm saying? But I'm low key. I've always been low key. Like, if I see something like in a big crowd or this and that, you know, I ain't really date too many girls to the point where they were in the scene or they was going out to the clubs and all that. So, you know, for me, it's like you gotta communicate. If you start letting everybody in your business, say your friends too. You know, you can't tell your friends certain things. You know, even if you're in a toxic environment, you deal with it head on with your partner, or you just leave it alone. That's my motto. I don't like violence. You know what I'm saying? So if we can't discuss nothing, yeah, you're gonna get heated at times. You're gonna fuss, you're gonna argue. I don't mind that because nothing's perfect. But I understand what she's saying. Like if somebody keep attacking you, and you trying to walk away and you have no right, you got no choice but to like attack. You know what I mean? Like we all been there. I'm sorry. Out of one of these relationships, you've been where you gonna have to lay some hands on somebody. I mean, you just gonna have to do what it do. But
listen,
I just feel like you should communicate with your partner. You know what I'm saying? Get some stuff out, air it out. And if that person don't want budge, then move on. Move on. Find the next.
The biggest thing be niggas know that they whole situation be toxic and really don't be caring. Cause like I said, we in a day and age where it's like, all right, nigga, you cheat on me, I'ma cheat back. All right, boom.
Yeah, that's
you about to go to the club? I'm about to go to the club. Oh, you gonna be out all night and not answer your phone? The next week, I'm gonna go do the same thing. Like, it's always, I feel like sometimes it becomes like a competition. Who can do the most shit and who could get under the other person's skin the most? Oh, I know you don't like this. I know you. This is my homegirl. I know you don't like her. You got me mad the other day. I'm gonna go hang out with her this weekend.
Yeah, like, that's when you know the relationship over with. Like,
if you're doing that shit,
I don't think that necessarily mean the relationship is over. This is what I mean when I say shit is just toxic. People don't care. Yeah. This is people everyday relationship. They've been with somebody for 3 years and they've been doing this shit. It ain't, oh, this is happening, I'm gonna remove myself from the situation. It's, oh, you're doing this, so I'm gonna do this, and we're just gonna see who can do it the most until somebody can't take no more. And that's what it really be. And that shit is toxic, bro.
That's the most toxic shit. And you can't grow from that. You can't do nothing from that.
Being toxic is normalized now, y'all. I'm telling y'all, even down to the music. Down to the music. References, any reference about you having a nigga and you going to fuck with another nigga and you going to do this and you going to do that, you leave your nigga at home. That's all toxic shit. It's getting beaten into our heads every day. So now niggas is going home and they doing all that shit. Like, all right, bro, you acting up. I'm going to the club with my bitches. I'm going to bust a wine on one of these niggas until my nigga friend is in the club talking about, yo, your girl's acting around crazy. And then when you get home, you get your ass whooped. Now we got a DV case. You see how it just, the shit just plays into each other. Like, the shit don't make
sense. You gotta change the narrative. Change the narrative.
And what about the people that just lie for no reason?
That just go out for no reason?
That lie for no reason.
Oh, just lie for no reason.
Those the people that just lie, just always lying. Like, why you always lying about something, bro? Just be honest.
Like, for what? It takes so, like, I'm the type of person that's super lazy when it comes to shit like that. Cause when you lying for no reason, you gotta keep lying. You gotta keep working at it. And I'm too lazy for that shit. I am too lazy for that shit. You can guarantee in a relationship, I am too lazy for that shit.
Shit, niggas be lying to people they don't even date. I just feel like if you single, this is why I always tell people to live in your truths. If you single, you're not obligated to tell nobody nothing. You don't have to do shit. You don't have to check in with nobody. But once you put yourself in that monogamy, me and you are gonna be together, boom, boom, boom. You kind of do have to share a little bit more. I'm not saying you gotta say everything, but you gotta be willing to share. So all that, oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, and boom, boom, boom. You can't be mad with you. That's just why I understand where y'all coming from. You can't be mad when somebody reacts to that. Mm-hmm. All right, boom, you gonna be doing this, you can't be doing that. That's not cool.
It's not at all. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's
period.
So in New Orleans, what is y'all typical Friday night? Well, if it was something going on in like a LGBTQ event, whatever, some club you go to, what is y'all night like?
Well, the two clubs that we did have down here, they both shut down. So we don't really have too much, you know what I'm saying? We don't have no club where we could all, we had one, then that got shut down. And then recently, another club that we had, she died. So nobody took over. So we just basically, you do me the bourbon, I do a bar with me. You know what I'm saying? They really promote for gay men than gay women. You know, gay women, lesbians and stuff like that. There's a lot of things for gay men here. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even go out like that. There's no club. You gotta go out of town. You gotta go to Atlanta. You gotta go to New York. You gotta go to Houston. Yeah, so it's like dry. I don't even know what the scene is no more. I don't even know what they be popping.
How you meet people out there?
Well, I'm in a relationship. I mean,
how did you meet your partner?
Well, we met on a little dating site. So, all
right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Right. This little thing is popping. The little dating site thing. Yeah.
I hear that shit. What about you, Ben?
Like I said, I am single as fuck right now. So I'm chilling. But before the whole Panini started acting up, you already know New York is full of underground gay clubs and parties and shit. And it's even funny, straight parties get taken over easily.
That's true.
And there's been like private parties, house parties, private events. So the way I met my ex through a jam session that we went to, and we just had mutual friends. So I met her through those mutual friends at the jam session that we used to frequent. So just going out, just randomly going out and going to events and hitting up certain bars and certain clubs in the city, especially by the piers and the Lower East Side. But you also meet the most toxic people in the club.
I can't do the one night stand stuff. I was having a conversation with my fiance, and I told her, I said, I would never be able to take somebody serious if I met them in the club and they let me fuck them that same night, because that means you do that with everybody.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't. If I don't know your first and last name, I can't do nothing with you. That's just me. That's me personally. Like I'm not that type of person.
Same. I can't do that shit. My best friend calls it loose Arby's. You got loose meat. You just out here.
Oh no. So one quick question before we end this up. What's the most important lesson you learned from any relationship you've been in? I'm gonna let each of y'all answer it. Epiphany, you can start.
Oh, the most important thing, to trust my gut, to go by what my gut and my heart is telling me and what I'm seeing. If that shit is not lining up, if that shit doesn't align, I'ma start asking all the questions. So that's the biggest thing, most important thing I've learned. Trust my fucking gut.
I hear that. What about you, Ray?
Well, me, the most important thing I've learned is know yourself before you get in a fucking relationship. You know what I mean? You can't expect nothing of somebody else if you don't know what you want. So just know what you want, direct, come in a relationship, be truthful and honest. Look, lay it down on the table. You know, sometimes it don't go how you plan it to be, but if you very direct and you know what you want, you're gonna get that back.
Period.
So just kind of just know what you want, know yourself. Have some goals for yourself. That's all I can really, you know, that's really all I can say. And trust your gut too. Your gut ain't gonna lie to you. You know, we got that intuition. So
Alright, y'all, so make sure y'all follow them and all that good shit. And yeah, y'all, we out, and we'll see y'all next week.
Make sure you tune in to Sex, Love, and Plastic.